So those are going to be decision makers. And there are two types of decision makers: people that need to make internal decisions, people that need to make external decisions. I decided to give 3 examples of each, and at the end I'm going to tell you why I only chose 3. But to start with, let's just go internal. So people that actually work within a company or a business. So I work for you, and you have developed a financial statement of all 3 of the most important ones. And if I work in the management, if I work for management, I'm very interested in knowing how our business is doing. Are we healthy? Do I need to push my guys a little harder? Yes, I always need to be more productive and get the most out of my guys, but I just want to know exactly how we're doing. Some of my guys are talking about working on some new projects. Can we really afford it? Are we in the black? Are we in the red? How is, what's our return on this last project that we took on? Well, that's mostly going to be for the marketing guys, the creative geniuses of the company. They want to take on new projects. They have brilliant new ideas of getting the word out there about what we do, but we can't always afford it. And if we can afford it, well, they have to make sure that they're really putting the money to the best use. And seeing how the business is doing is going to guide the conversations that they approach and the decisions that they make going forward. Finance. All right, the finance guys. Finance is just really just people that just loved accounting so much, and I probably didn't realize how much they loved accounting, but they just morphed it into a whole new thing, and now they just want to actually dissect every single part of the financial statements that we have. All right, marketing is working on some new project. How are we going to actually get the money, and how does the money that we're borrowing, or maybe we're selling some equity, or maybe we're creating some equity by issuing some more shares. They are the guys that work on that, and everything is reflected on the financial statements. And now the external users of accounting, very important. This should be you. Hopefully after this series, it's going to be you. Investors. Before you decide to put your money where your mouth is, I love Starbucks, I love 7-Eleven, and I'm going to buy a share of the company to support them and hopefully make some money because I keep buying their products, and I should, I want to get paid for buying their products and loving them so much. But before you do that, before you put your money where your mouth is, you need to know the story of that business. All right. If the guys that work in the business need to know the story of the business, you definitely need to know the story of the business before you invest in them. Creditors. All right. So we spoke before about how the finance guys are all worried about where money is going to come from, if they're going to issue some shares or if they need to borrow some more money. And you could want to borrow money all you want, but if I look at your financial statements as a creditor and see that you're not healthy or stable, I'm not risking it. I'm gonna give my money to someone else that's actually going to pay me that interest and then pay me back the principal, and not you, because you're probably going to default, which means not pay back. The IRS. You've been telling us you're only making $500 every month, but we see here you've been making $500 million every month. Let's look at where things went awry. Let's look at if you're probably telling the truth, or you're lying. Whatever it is, we're going to look at the story that you tell, find holes in it, and make a decision. Okay, so those are examples of the decision makers that use accounting. But really, what every single textbook is trying to tell you is that that was easier to open this time. Everyone, okay? Every person. Let's be dramatic. Circle it in red. Everyone that's interested in a business, or at least wants to have a full perspective on what a business has been up to, is interested